I just thought we'd become quite stagnant and stale, and I just wanted to go and refresh things straight away. And you look at the team selection and some players coming back in who possibly thought they would never play, and I brought them back and left one or two people out. And you have to do things what you think is right, and you can only then say the word if you get results. But you have to go with your gut and your gut instincts and listen to people who you trust as well. So obviously Parky's been a massive influence to my decision making as well. He's a top guy. So yeah, that was certainly part of the initial thinking, to give the players something else to focus on in terms of formations, etc., and style, and try and just renew their enjoyment for the challenge. Because we knew how difficult it was. I think we were maybe 1 or 2 points above the bottom two. We'd collected 3 points from our last 30 available, so we obviously weren't in great form in terms of performances and results. So yeah, we just had to look at some things where we thought we could make an immediate impact, and the players had to buy into that. They had no choice, because if things would have continued, we were only going in one direction. So it was about making some subtle changes and adapting 1 or 2 things to the group who I had available at the time, and to play to the strengths of the group who I had available. And I just thought, if I could do that and almost give them back that love and enjoyment of playing. Yeah, we were in a pressurised situation, but we're lucky now. We're doing things that we love doing. I'm lucky to be a football manager. I was lucky to be a footballer. It's something I've always dreamt about since I was a kid, and the love of football. So what's the worst can happen? There's so many other things in life which are really crap. So go out there, go and enjoy your football, and let's see what we can do.
Had Declan Drysdale on the podcast this week, and I know he unfortunately wasn't able to play under yourself due to injury, but I asked him kind of what you had done to turn things around. And he said one of the key things that you did was you had all the players stand up in front of each other and talk a little bit about their personal life or what was going on in their background. And he thought that brought them all together as a group. John McMahon did something similar when he was at Tranmere in 2013-14, the day or two before they played Bradford in a game where they needed to win to stay up. He put messages from their family around the training room and around the Kop. And I was just wondering what your kind of thinking was behind that kind of stuff. It clearly worked.
I think my thinking behind it, Matt, was that I've been an assistant manager for a long period of time, and Nigel is and was such a great personality and a people person. So I saw myself within that partnership of doing the stuff on the grass, the tactical element of it. And we left Hull City in 2019, and one of the players said to me on the day we were leaving that his wife had just given birth, and I didn't even know his wife was pregnant. And you're working with these people on a day-to-day basis, and it was almost a light bulb moment, and it happened. It took too long for me to realise the importance of the personal relationship with the people you're working with, and to get to know them, to earn their trust, to know what's happened in their lives. So me going forward since that moment, I've certainly based more of an element on the person who I'm working with and trying to get to know them. And I did a similar thing at Port Vale when I first went there as assistant and then as a manager. And I think we started doing those things on the Monday after we played Port Vale. So we had a game the next day. We were playing Grimsby away on the Tuesday night. And listen, time was of the essence, but we had 25, 26 players, whatever it was, and another 10 members of staff. But I didn't think there was a deep-rooted connection between anyone. We knew what our goal was to make sure that we stayed in League Two. But I didn't really think there was a real strength of connection amongst the group. So I went first on the Monday and put up some pictures of me and my life and my family. There's nothing to do with football. I didn't speak about my career as a player or whatever else. I just spoke about my family and who the important people are in my life and what I've been through to make me I am the person today. And listen, I cried in this room in front of all these guys and said about some really emotional stuff. And I think it's important that they saw a different side to me as well, that, listen, I'm vulnerable as well. I'm just a normal bloke who's got stuff going off in his own life away from this football club. And it's difficult. It's difficult to stand in front of people and talk, but it's even more difficult to become really raw and emotional and speak about things which maybe people don't know about. So to be fair to all the players, that they all did that, and there was some really powerful things which came out of it, and I think it almost gives you a bond then to be able to speak about certain things which have happened in your life, which may have happened in 2 or 3 other people's life, for example. So I think it helped. I'm glad that Dec's spoken about it, because it's not easy, and lots of things came out within those 10-15 minute conversations which we all did, which brought us closer together, and ultimately it led to us staying in League Two.